What's up, Grace Report? Happy Saturday. What's up, D Nice, Heather, whatever, Lisa Boo, Delay Lux, Julissa, Tyrana, Matthew, Tammy. As I go down, Lisa Boo. How's everyone doing? Nikki Bella, what's up? How's everyone's Saturday going on so far? Or how's your Saturday been, I should say? And has anybody watched anything interesting on television? What's up, Daniel? We have rain, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm enjoying the rain. It's actually, Elaine, what's up? It's actually not, it's a super cool rain. I didn't think it was going to rain. I kind of don't believe it until I see it, type of thing. Angelica, what's up? I think I was watching, what was I watching before the stream? On Netflix? Because I'm on a true crime kick right now. I was watching, I think it's called American Monster. I'm almost finished with it. D Nice goes, rain knocked me out, home stay pressure sensitive. Cheryl, what's up? Julissa binge watched Bad Sisters on Apple TV yesterday. It's an Irish thriller, super cool. Dusty Lane, what is up? I like your screen name, aka Diane. I like how you changed. That's a cool name. And I think before that, what did I watch? Before that, it was another true crime thing. But I don't remember what it was. That's how bad it was. Oh, no problem, Angelica. Heather, whatever. D Nice goes, every Saturday's awesome with you. Thank you. Oh, I saw what was it? The menu the other day. I noticed it because I was looking for a horror movie to watch, and I noticed it was under horror. So I was like, this is a horror film? So going into it, I'm not going to spoil it for those that haven't seen it. Going into it, I actually thought that it had, because, the menu, I thought it had something like they lured people in and they, murdered them off, and that was what the meal was, but I guess that wasn't it. But that was my thought of it, Lisa, because I love true crime. It's one of my favorite things next to horror. But then I was like, throughout the entire film, I was like, I still wanted to watch it. Like, it kept my attention, but I was like, what is going on? Like, I thought it was this, and it's this. But other than that, I know there was something else I was watching because it got me hooked. It was a true crime thing, but I can't think of what it was. And I think it was on Max. Rebecca, what's up? And Gunner Girl, what's up? Elaine goes, I just watched Fool Me once on Netflix. It was all right. I saw that, but I didn't click on it. Rebecca would see UK in the house. Super cool. Wait a few more minutes for people to trickle in and I'll get into today's content. I don't really have a theme today, but it is going to be spooky. Matthew goes, creators of Ghoulies got the rights back, and I heard they're going to do a new one. Huh, cool. Super cool. Super cool, super cool. There's something. Oh, it's on Hulu. I haven't watched it yet, but just because of the name, it probably sucks. But it's called Bad Hair. And it looks, I don't know why. I just want to see it. So probably that's going to be my next one I'm going to watch. It's so cheesy, but for some odd reason, just because of the name, I want to watch it. Why do I feel short? And you could still, okay. Anne goes, in my opinion, UFC is crazy horror. It can be. It can be. I'm trying to think of what else before I get into the. Cheryl goes, it's Sunday afternoon here. I'm just relaxing. D Nice is reminding me, guys, the skele-ducky is somewhere in my background. So just remind me before the end of the stream. I was gonna move it to two because I thought it was a mean spot that I put it, but I was like, no, I'm believing it. So it is somewhere in my background. So just remind me at the end of the stream, and I will reveal his location. Nikki Bell is watching Grumpy Old Men. That is a classic movie. Rebecca goes, it's 4:05, but yep, Insomniacs are us. You are a trooper, Rebecca. Oh my gosh. No, to be in all honesty, there's some days where I just stay up for some odd reason. I don't know why. And I could be dead tired. Logical Spock, what's up? Like today, I am dead tired. But I guarantee you I'm going to be up. Elaine goes, the damn duck is going to kill. So it is there somewhere. But just remind me and I will reveal its location. Sometimes I do that. I'll stay up till like 3 in the morning and I don't know why. It's weird. I think it's because I like the peacefulness of night. And it's kind of like where I can slow down. And then it doesn't help that my work schedule's like all over the place on one day. So it messes me that one day just messes me all up in the entire week. Glad you're okay, Rebecca. So we're going to start off with the, in no particular order, we are going to start because you know how Steamboat Willie became public domain? Well, there's another one that has become public domain. And this article's from, I was like, not another one. They're going crazy. This one's from iHorror. And they're messing with Pinocchio. Pinocchio cut free of copyright. And yes, it's becoming a horror movie. They're going crazy. I was like, because I think also too they had mentioned Tigger is gonna be open as well, I think at the end of this month. So I know, Julissa, I was like, what? Not another one? Many genres Fans dislike the trend of formerly copywritten characters entering the public domain and becoming horror movies. This has happened to Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse's Steamboat Willie, Bambi, Peter Pan. Now, our beloved Pinocchio. Yes. Leading the charge are producers Rise Frake Waterfield and Scott Jeffrey, who have vowed to create their own universe containing these once untouchable icons. Although creating a murderous anthropomorphic yellow bear or killer boy like puppet has always been free to do, it seems filmmakers are writing their hands with dollar signs in their eyes as Disney loses their copyrights to characters they themselves took from other works almost 100 years ago. The latest of these is Pinocchio, an already terrifying story about a sentient wooden puppet who wants to be a real boy. Called Pinocchio Unstrung, the movie will come from Frake, Waterfield, and Jeffrey's Jagged Edge label. They already have a name! What? The movie making do is currently taking the profits they got from last year's Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Oh my god, don't remind me of that movie. That abomination. To make a its sequel. And now that Tigger has entered the public domain, they are making him a part of that film. He was absent from the original. And guys, I can't say this enough. Do not watch Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. But according to this article, the article I had read on a previous stream, they said it did well. I'm like, where? There is no word of plot or setting for Pinocchio Unstrung, and casting is still underway, but reportedly you won't have to wait long since they would like to release it in 2024. What? And I guess that is the end. Guys, what do you think of Pinocchio becoming a horror genre? Well, I mean, technically, I never saw it as horror, but D Nice goes, wasn't there already a horror Pinocchio? I think there was. Heather Whatever goes, not Peter Pan. D Nice goes, I prefer the OG horror Pinocchio movie. Daniel Miles goes, childhood would never be the same. Rebecca goes, no, I see slasher noses. Wait a minute, I know they did make a Pinocchio one, but I don't know. Pinocchio movie. There was a live action. I could have sworn they did, like, years ago. Matthew goes, yeah, they had a Pinocchio horror film in 1996. Pinocchio's Revenge. Huh. Cheryl goes, why can't they leave childhood stories alone? Dusty, why are they losing their copyrights? Age limited? I think it's because it was the contract that they had signed and now it's up. Julissa goes, I won't watch it. I love Winnie the Pooh too much. You're not missing much, Julissa. That. Ugh. I don't know about that one, guys. Because considering after watching Pooh, Blood and Honey, I don't know what to expect anymore. I mean, I feel like the Steamboat Willie one would be kind of cool because it has like that vintage, depending on how they execute it. Because Pooh would have been a great horror film if it had the right execution, but it didn't. For me, at least. I guess for other people, it had the greatest execution in the world, but I don't know where. D Nice goes, I was watching with the family one by one. They left me alone in the room with the movie. I was only 6 or 7 years old. Whoa! Julissa thinks she found the duck. Guys, just remember, just remind me at the end of the stream and I will reveal its location. But it's crazy. I don't know. I have no words for Pinocchio as a horror film. Because I think they're just going crazy. And they already have a name, so they're already going crazy. They're like, these guys have must been thinking about these things like years in advance and are like, okay, this date, the name is going to be this. We're going to start production here. We just need a cast, but I think these people would be great in it. I'm like, oh my gosh. That is just crazy. D Nice goes, it's just another Chucky wannabe. I'm more of a slasher film fan than I am like just regular. I love horror in general, but my main thing is like slashers. I love slashers. So maybe if it's a slasher, I may jump onto it, but we just have to wait for a trailer. Once we see a trailer, then why not? Cheryl goes, people with too much money. Exactly. I agree. Too much money and a lot of time and a great imagination. Nothing wrong with that though, with the imagination. I don't mind a movie if it has a great execution, but if it falls flat, then I'm like, Heather, whatever goes, I haven't grown up yet, so I'm not ready for those adaptations of the kids' ones. I like horror twist on things. I do. That's why I like creepy dolls, but I don't know. I have to see that one first to believe it. I'm willing to watch it, but hopefully they don't disappoint. But after seeing Pooh, Blood and Honey, I don't know. I do not know. It's just crazy. It is super crazy. Alright, I have this video I want to show you from TikTok. Don't read the sides. Because it's gonna give it away. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll play it one more time. Hold on, let me turn it on because it gets loud for me. D Nice goes, oh my god, why did I forget to turn the volume down? Elaine goes, I see the critter in the background. That's why my feet don't hang off the bed to this day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your jump scare of the night. It kind of gave it away on the side. That's why I said don't read it on the side. And if I said that's jump scare of the night, you guys would have already been prepared for it. So there it is. It's not as good as my very first one, but I will find one just as good. Cheryl Ghost didn't get me this time. I have to be more sneaky about it next time. Heather Rivers says it's good to have high expectations. It's art. Julissa goes, my husband started yelling at the 49ers at the same time. He scared me more. At least you got scared. That was my dog. Daniel Miles over in the kitchen. A sound from you. A loud sound from you. Dusty goes, I didn't read it, but anticipated the jump scare. She needs a dentist. Cheryl goes, people's imaginations are awesome. I just like that one because it had like that that scary kind of omniscience. But I haven't found one where it had me like paying attention to it like the last time. So maybe I should find one that's in a different language. D nice, thank you. I like your beanie tonight. Tyretta goes, it was funny. Jennifer Marie, what's up? With the Nerd Report raid. Osiris, what's up? What's up, Nerd Report Daily in the house with the Xenu raid? D Nice goes, Xenu raid, awesome. Alright, guys, have you heard about Tesla's detecting ghosts in cemeteries? Like they would drive, because you know how Teslas they have when you're driving, they could see like objects in the road and stuff. So people have been taking them into cemeteries, and it's catching people walking around when there's not people walking. Jennifer Marie goes, Lewis was given VIP access to Club Xenu. D-Nice goes, don't tell me that. Elaine's like, what? I wasn't able to get a good video because I didn't want to get someone's YouTube video and show it because I don't like showing other people's YouTube videos. I'll take snippets out of it, but I don't like showing the whole video. But this one I feel like is not like 100% good, but it kind of gives you the idea because it doesn't show the road. But this is hold on. This one's from Lad Bible. And they're basically driving through a cemetery at night. And on the screen, it's showing people walking. But they're not, see, my problem is they're not showing outside of the car. But there's other videos where they actually show the screen and the car and it does that.
Oh, no. No.
There are so many people showing up on the screen. I swear to God.
And then the guy opens up the door too. But some guy on YouTube was claiming that it has its own SLS camera, and I was like, you lying, dude. Jennifer Bree goes, oh my god, they're running after the car. D Nice goes, why are they not showing? That's what I was wondering. I'm like, show the outside. I know there was other videos that kind of, you could see like just the top, but you could see the road and the screen, and you could see that there's people, but there's nothing there. But I don't know why that one didn't choose to show. And it was weird because they actually had a guy outside. I need to find that video. I don't remember where I saw it, but they had a guy standing outside, and then there was like they were showing him, and then you could see on the monitor that there was like other figures around him, like a little kid figure. So that was crazy. But this one, I don't understand why they didn't show the road. Chrissy, what's up? D Nice goes, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Melissa Smith, what's up? Heather whatever goes, freaky. But there's also one that there's a video out there. If I can find on my next stream, I'll find one where they actually show like a good one. But there was one that went through Hollywood Forever Cemetery in his Tesla, but it didn't show, like, he just had his spirit box. It didn't show that he caught anything on the monitor, as far as I know. Aaron Cooper, just remind me at the end of the stream, and I will reveal the location of the duck, the skele-duck. D Nice goes, thanks for letting me know not to look through this at the screen when rolling through the cemetery. If I ever get my hands on a Tesla 1 millennium, I want to try it. Daniel goes, where you could check in and check back out. Heather Warner goes, oh my god, I have goosebumps. There was even someone driving through, there's several of them where they're driving through cemeteries, and there's like figures popping up everywhere. Tyranna goes, that is so weird and spooky. It makes me, if I ever get my hands on one, I want to try it. Don't ask me why, I just want to try it. Melissa Smith goes, we have the same purple fan. I bought it because it's purple. And I was like, Melissa, you can see my fan? And I was like, oops, yeah, you can. Melissa, I ain't gonna lie, I bought it because it was purple too. D-Dice goes, Hollywood Forever is so gorgeous. I need to go there for a movie night. Last I went again was for my friend's dad's funeral and on-site cremation. I have never been there, but I heard that it is, like you said, gorgeous. Elaine goes, that is spooky but cool. Julissa goes, purple rules. It does. That's one I like red, black, and purple. Those are my 3 kind of almost Halloween colors. Matthew goes, purple is royalty. D Nights goes, yes, they have peacocks roaming around. Cheryl goes, purple is awesome. Gunner Gold goes, I love the purple fan. Well, thank you. Daniel thinks he spot the duck. Heather whatever goes, I thought electric cars starting fires was the scary part. Any cars could start fires. I've seen gasoline cars catch on fire. Tyranna loves purple and black. That's a cool combination too. Daniel goes, only a guess. We shall see, Daniel. We shall see. Just remind me, because I will forget. I tend to forget things. No. All right, the next article, in no direction or theme, is from the New York Post. And as I was Googling ghosts in the news, this popped up from the New York Post. And it's saying Suzanne Somers' husband believes her ghost is haunting their home. Strange things are happening. She's a company. Once a skeptic, Suzanne Somers' widower, Alan Hamill, said he is now a believer in an afterlife because of a series of strange incidents following the Three's Company star's death. Hamill told Page Six about 3 occurrences in the same day that made him feel that Somers, who died while holding Hamill's hand on October 15th at 76 after a battle with breast cancer, is still with him in spirit. First, a hummingbird flew into our house and made the rounds in the kitchen and the living room and the dining room, Hamill explained. He added that the bird then hovered in front of a framed photo of the lovers before it landed on top and stayed there. Even better, Hamill managed to get a picture of it. Then, Hamel? Is it Hamel or Hamill? Hamel claimed, I apologize for butchering your last name, claimed the fireplace started all by itself and music by Somers' favorite composer started playing out of nowhere. No one's ever heard of this guy, he said of the obscure artist. Finally, when Hamel was about to fall asleep for the night, he could feel her laying beside him. Beside me, he said. Somers and Hamel were married for nearly 50 years, and the Thigh Master spokeswoman was never shy about gushing about their active sex life. But now that she's gone, Hamill confessed to Page Six, I'm a believer now that there is an afterlife. I'm convinced of it. I think there's something we don't understand. I think there's a plane somewhere after we discard our bodies. We still have our soul. I think our soul is energy. The soul must go somewhere and do something. He also said he's not the only family member to experience this since Summer's passing. The time when I'm with my family and I have one of my moments when I have to leave, I go into the bedroom. I'm alone there and I feel her presence. Once I interact with her presence, I go back and interact with the family, he said. Her grandkids, one by one, have told me the same thing. I hope it's all true, Amel admitted. It certainly makes the grieving process a lot easier, and if it is, we'll be reunited. What's more, Hamill said he and Somers laughed about the possibility of them coming back in the afterlife to visit the living one. We joked about it before she was sick, before the last chapter, Hamill said. We joked about when one of us passed, it would likely be me because I'm 10 years older. He recalled Somers telling him, knowing you'll be on your way back before you've left. Somers was laid to rest November 30th during a celebration of life memorial in Palm Springs, California. Chris, what's up? Gunner Girl goes, I think she passed away in the house. The article did say that. Melissa saying Thigh Master to Spy Master. Thank you, Nerd Report, for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 9 months. Let's start a super chat trait for Lisa. Hearts for Nerd Report, guys. Gunner Girl goes, he owned Alpha Beta, the grocery store. Nerd Report, thank you for the super chat. Hearts for Nerd Report. Oh, Melissa. Zero T's, what's up? That's kind of sweet though. They've been together for 50 years and he's still. I think that's a sweet story. Leonore, thank you for your super chat. Jennifer Marie, choo choo, all aboard. Hearts for Leonore, Nerd Report, and Jennifer Marie. Thank you guys. Heather, whatever goes, they were very close. That is, she found her person, and that's amazing. D Nice goes, it's so fresh. It is. I feel for her husband, but the fact that he has those experiences is. Nerd Report saying that's my toys in the bed. That's, oh guys, I forgot. God, I totally forgot. I was gonna bring it too. Should I go get it? I acquired something. And I left it in the other room. And I was gonna share with you guys and I forgot. Cheryl, thank you for the super sticker. Hearts for Cheryl, Nerd Report, Jennifer Marie, and Leonore. Guys, the Nerd Report going free my toys. Tyranna, thank you for the super sticker. Hearts for Tyranna as well. Zero T's goes, how you been taking toys? I haven't. D-Nice says, go get it. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me put some, hold on. Let me put some music on for you guys so you don't think I disappeared. I totally forgot it and I was staring at it and I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna bring it and I forgot. All right, let me put on the Indian love making music. Mr. Rut Gaming, what's up? Jeff Burberry goes, the balls or the toys loose, but you can't have both. Let me turn it down a bit because it's a little high. Daniel goes, a DJ moment. All right, guys, I'm going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. I don't want no dead air. That's why I'm putting some music. It's going to be your elevator music while I'll be right back. I'm going to go in the other room. So give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. So I'm going to turn off the screen too, but you'll probably still hear. So let me see. If I can get my feet out of the way. All right. I'll be right back. Hey. Oh, wait a minute. Why does it look like a cone head? All right, guys. All right. Look at it. I have acquired the saber. I was going to get it and say that I forgot about it. And Elaine, thank you for the super sticker. Heart for Elaine, too. D-Dash was like, I knew it. And I I forgot. I was meant to do it the last time, and I forgot it. I left it in the other room. Matthew, what happened? I accidentally messed my new lightsaber up. Chris Barber goes, "How did you sneak it past Lewis?" I just walked out the door with it. This one is the one. Actually, we got the other one to work too, but this one, watch, it doesn't work now. Oh, there you go. I don't have enough room to show Jedi moves in here. Matthew goes, "I took the battery out, but the key that wasn't supposed to come out, and the wires got. Oh, that sucks." Zero T's goes, "Isn't that Lewis's light? It's mine now." Jennifer Berry goes, "Jedi mind trick him when he asked for it back." Brandon, what's up? Chris Barber goes, "I want one of those so badly." Let me put it over here so I don't. Julissa goes, "You go, girl." D-Dice goes, "I can picture him fuming." There it goes, the light stays on. I forgot how it. I think that's how you. I'll figure it out. Brandon, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 8 months. Make sure you hit that like button. Hearts for Brandon. Jennifer Marie goes, could be worse. Could have stolen all his Switch. Zero Ortiz goes, "Nice, better when it's free." Tyrana goes, "Yeah, you finally got it." Leonard goes, "Dude, I was just in certain media stores." Heather whatever goes, "Good one." Leonor, what's up? Gunner Girl, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 6 months. You're the hostess with the mostest. Hearts for Gunner Girl. Thank you, Gunner Girl. Oh, Spaceballs is a hilarious movie. There's stuff they can't do that. They can't say things anymore that they say in that movie. Melissa goes, "I think Lewis waited so long so everyone would say Lewis takes so long." Bernadette's in the house. Leonor goes, "Love Spaceballs." Oh, I love Spaceballs. That's okay, Bernadette. Yeah, it's what is it? Spaceballs, Police Academy, those movies, they will never make a movie like that ever again. Chris Barber goes, "I don't think any Mel Brooks movies could be made today." No. Leonardo goes, "No, they won't miss that kind of comedy. No, there'd be so many lawsuits or something, so many complaints. Not lawsuits probably, but complaints if those movies were to be released out today." Yeah, I don't think they would go over people's heads these days. I just think people would take it the wrong way. Like they would go, they would be like, "That's the," like they would make a big deal out of something that isn't with those movies. Yes, D-Nice, why so serious? They'll be like, "No, that's a per don't yeah, can't yes, canceled if it came out now." But I'm so glad we have those movies to look back on. We could enjoy them. Chris Barber goes, "My dad used to take me to see Mel's movies all the time." Gunner Girl goes, everyone is very sensitive, not like All in the Family." Heather Whatever goes, "I thought Lewis had Allie, but now I see he had an imitation alien." Heather, he has Elvis the alien. And then mine is Allie the alien. Chrissy thinks I found the little quack hole. Melissa Smith goes, "When I watched the Emmys, I found out that many organizations have to review TV movies to make sure they are sensitive to all groups. Not sure how I feel about that." Me too. It's like, just when I watch a movie, I don't care what it's about. I just want it to be good. Angelica, thank you for becoming a new member of the Wolf Pack. Hearts for Angelica. Thank you. Tyrana goes, "Yes, they can't make those good movies anymore." No, they can't. They cannot. Because every time I look back at Police Academy, I'm like, I'm like, I'm going, if they made those today, we would never have had those movies at all. Jennifer Murray goes, "Lisa's skele-duck game is on fire." Chrissy, oh, Caddyshack. I loved Caddyshack. I have to rewatch that one. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Leonardo goes, "Police Academy is so awesome." It is, with Hightower Hooks. They used to always say I was Hooks. Because Hooks was like, "Excuse me?" Because she had the high pitched voice. Chrissy goes, "And now I own a house who has its very own fat groundhog." That's cool. Heather Whatever goes, "Mel Brooks went after everyone and everyone laughed." Exactly. That's how it should be. You should be able to lighthearted, not take things so seriously. Leonardo goes, "Robin Hood and Men in Tights." Oh my, don't remind me. We're men. Men in tights. Tights, tight. Now I want to rewatch. I got to rewatch Police Academy. Heather Salvatore, what's up? I grew up watching Police Academy with my dad, so it's I have great memories of that film. Daniel Miles, Pimp My Ride. You know what? I saw an article where they were saying Pimp My Ride was staged with Exhibit. Exhibit. I'm gonna pimp your ride. But I heard, I don't know where I saw it. It was on, I think it was a YouTube video maybe, where they were claiming that Pimp My Ride was all staged. Have any of you guys heard that? I know I'm talking off the subject, but hey, it's open topics. Matthew goes, yes, it was. He said it himself too. I used to watch that show and I loved it. I was hoping that he would come to my house and pimp my ride. And then I saw that it was staged and I was like, what? Heather Salvatore says, I saw that too about Pimp My Ride. I saw it recently. I think it was like, maybe last month or so I saw it. Sergio B, what is up? Melissa goes, when I live in New Jersey, we had a saying, you only tease the ones you love. Now teasing is bullying. I hate bullying, but teasing makes me feel known. Like the person cares enough to know my quirks. I know what you mean. It's like nowadays you have to be careful what we may think is fun and lighthearted. Someone else might take it the wrong way. D Nice goes, if only miracles like that were real. Exactly. Heather Salvatore watched a special about it. Daniel wanted Rosie O'Donnell to send him a new motor. Tyranna goes, they brought back MTV Cribs? No way. I used to watch that too. Matthew goes, a lot of those shows there were other shows that fixed cars up, but the owner still had to pay for it. That sucks. That super stinks. We got an article, and then we'll continue the conversation. From, what is this one from? I don't even know where this one's from because I can't see it. The Star? The Daily Star. I believe this is a tabloid site. So usually with these tabloid sites, I take them with a grain of salt. But I kind of thought this was interesting. Oh, my stayspooky fell off my mic. Thank you, Heather, whatever, for your PayPal. Hearts for Heather, whatever, guys. Thank you, Heather, whatever. You're awesome. So this is Ghost Hunting Sisters 11 and 7 face off with Ghost in Britain's most haunted pub. Carol Smart, what is up? The ghost hunting family travel to investigate spooky goings on while driving in a hearse, earning them the nickname of being the real-life version of the Addams Family. Okay. A pair of ghost hunting sisters reckon they have come face to face with ghouls at Britain's most haunted pub. Snow and Pebble have encountered as they join their parents on a paranormal investigation at the ancient Ram Inn in Gloucestershire. Mum Kimmy Jeffrey said, "Why did they have to put their age?" Said, "Halfway through the investigation, we split up, and during their time in the witch's room, Pebble saw a young boy with a bald head hiding behind my chair. At the same time, Snow saw an apparition which she described as manifesting on the bed in the bishop's room. Snow also saw a little girl in the attic and a long, pointy finger in the barn. The girls are obsessed with the supernatural and really wanted to see something out of this world. The daredevil daughter duo have not been put off by the paranormal experience and has already started planning where they should start hunting next. Pebble said, "It wasn't scary. I was expecting more action. I loved seeing the little boy and I was upset that he didn't talk to me. I really want to go to another one soon." So said, "It was great. It was a great investigation and I love buildings with history." Ooh, and she has a spirit box. "I did enjoy seeing all the spirits. I also enjoyed going to the famous building and showing that ghost hunting isn't just for adults. I get to work with my family and make cool memories. I really want to go to the Shining Hotel and the Queen Mary ship in the USA one day." The ghost hunting family traveled to investigate spooky goings on while driving in a hearse, earning them the nickname of being the real life version of the Addams family. Dad John Paul Kenny and Kimmy from Middlewich, Cheshire also host ghost hunting events. How cool is that? To be 11 and how old? I think it's what, 11 and 7? And have parents ghost hunting? That has to be super cool. I'm sorry. And their names are great. I agree. I know I butchered the name. Sorry, Melissa. And they would like to go to the Shining Hotel and the Queen Mary, so that's super cool. Julissa goes, "Good article, Lisa. Thank you." Leonardo's the dun dun dun. That has to be cool though, being able to ghost hunt with your family. And it's kind of like, most families go to the movies, they go to haunted locations. So that's kind of cool. Hey, that's kind of cool though. They're family bonding. Nothing wrong with that. Melissa goes, "Never say sure, it's sure. Brits have a fit about that. It's sure." All right. Mental note taken. Christy goes, "Or at least be more open to it." Elaine goes, "That's a great article." Christy goes, "Oh, kids are more likely to see spirits as well and be open to it, or at least be open to it." That's what I was thinking too when one of the daughters saw the little boy. Marlon Brand, "I remember Apocalypse Now. I'm ancient. I may not look like I'm ancient, but I'm ancient." When did Apocalypse Now die? That's a great movie. It has a young it's got Martin Sheen in it, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I was born when it came out. So I'm ancient. Heather whatever goes, "I was too overprotective. I would be chasing and swearing at ghosts." Daniel goes, "Kids just have more guts, haven't learned fully." Julissa goes, "I would throw my kids in front of me if I saw a ghost and run." Chrissy goes, at my daughter's house, her friend's boy pointed to the corner and said, monster, creepy. I offered to go save her house. And I believe Apocalypse Now had a very young Lawrence Fishburne as well. Well, young to us. Julissa goes, Lisa looks younger than she is. I don't know where she hides her age. Leonore, kids are more sensitive to spirits. True, very true. Melissa goes, Lisa hides a few decades of her age behind skele-duck. Matthew goes, Fishburne Cowboy Curtis. Sergio goes, here's an old one to live and die in LA. Daniel goes, a 9-year at my motel would not go in his room, said he saw the boogeyman. Oh, that is crazy. Cheryl goes, kids don't freak out like grown men do. I don't think, Sergio B, I don't think I've seen that movie. You got me on that one, Sergio. Daniel goes, I get knocks on the windows from inside, no one outside. Ooh, trippy. That is trippy. One of these millenniums, when I'm up in your area, Daniel, I'm definitely going to visit your motel. That is crazy. Daniel goes, but I'm sure I know who they are. Daniel goes, I've known the people who passed here. Oh, crazy. That is crazy, Daniel. Hey, at least you know who they are. I mean, I guess it goes rain coming in about 3 hours on my laptop. Daniel goes, for that I knew. Whoa. Dun dun dun, as Leonore says. I mean, it's better to know. At least you know. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I wonder who that is. Or who you suspect it may be. Julissa goes field trip to Daniel's motel. Yes, we need to. Daniel goes, "I only have one room right now." Well, we'll have to book it. I'm just kidding. Julius is asking, "When is the off season, Daniel?" And Daniel goes, "We're on TripAdvisor." Oh my gosh, we're crazy. Elaine goes, "We could pull an all-nighter telling ghost stories." And Daniel goes, "There's a 3-minute walk to the river." And as we're telling stories, we'll be like, "What's that?" And then whatever goes, "I would cast them out, I might wreck it for you." Leonora's like, "No specific boards allowed." I got one more article for you, and then maybe I'll just wing it. Well, I'll share something else. But this one's from some weird site. This is from KWWL Channel 7 News. The haunting at Horage House, a paranormal experience in Benton. Have any of you guys heard of Horage House? From shadow figures to strange noises to suspicious footsteps, the Horage House has no shortage of weird happenings. We had witnessed some shadow figures, some bangs here and there, just kind of the typical haunting, said Katie Hopkins, vice president of the Benton County Historical Society and Paranormal Tours manager. Hopkins manages the home with her husband, another paranormal investigator. They suggested opening the Horage House as a paranormal location in 2021. KWWL was last there in 2021 and caught a dresser moving without explanation. Since opening, they've experienced even more activity. We've had had people see full body apparitions in the house up near the front door. Definitely a ton of shadow figures upstairs. So it's just really picked up over the last few years, which is pretty typical after you open up a location, especially a haunted location. You're opening up the line of communication to them, and they just are grabbing onto it, and possibly even other spirits are grabbing onto it to chat, she said. Her 5-year-old son has had his own spooky experiences. The first time he'd do it he'd do is run up the stairs and go see what was going on. And then one day he came down and looked terrified. He was just very scared and he said he didn't like it. And we said, "Well, buddy, what didn't you like?" And he said the thing with the green eyes. Paranormal investigators are not new to the state. In fact, Iowa hosts one of the most famous alleged haunted places, the Priscilla Axberger House. The Priscilla House was the home of the Moore family who was brutally murdered in June of 1912. The Horage House does not have a brutal murder story, but Hopkins says it's just as intriguing. We don't have what happened at the Priscilla house, but we didn't have a murder of the family, but the Horage house has a lot of great history, not just the Horage house, but the land surrounding it. Benton is very, very rich in history, and all of that really ties into the haunting of Horage house. The home is also used as storage for historical artifacts, and these artifacts often they contribute to the haunting. We have all these different artifacts from who knows where and who knows what they did with them, and that's really what I attribute to the haunting here, the attachments to all the different artifacts she explains. It's the unknown factor that keeps Hopkins and so many other paranormal fanatics coming back for more. There's really no end to the field because there's never going to be too many answers, or at least there's not going to be anything to solidify or anything like that because it's the paranormal. You just don't know, she concluded. An overnight tour of the Horage house also includes the historic Vinton train depot, but are open the entire year with reserve now refundable tickets. For more information on booking, an investigation, or tour, click here. You can also email about the tour or ask questions at. This year, Kate, her husband, and other paranormal investigators were part of a documentary House of 1859, Haunting of Horage House. If you'd like to buy a copy, click here. They're really trying to get you to buy stuff. For those interested in the paranormal, but they aren't sure where to start, Hopkins says go to an event first. They host a few each year. Go give it a shot. Go to an investigation if you have an experience. That's awesome. If you don't shut it out. Try again. There's no on and off switch with the paranormal. We wish we could do that, she said, adding, if you keep an open mind and you keep trying, you'll eventually probably have an experience. So I'm wondering, is there more? Because they didn't really explain like the history on it. So I'm wondering if there's more to it. The Horage house. Melissa goes, this is actually the first house I lived in that I didn't buy new, but you never know what happened on the land, like poltergeists. So this is, hold on, the Horage house, because it just said, like, come to our tour. It didn't give us history about what the Horage house is and what makes it so special. Cheryl goes, sounds like a cool place. Melissa goes, the best little Horage house in Benton. So this one's going the Horage house. The Horage house is at 612 First Avenue, Benton, Iowa. It's the location of the Benton County Historical Society's Archives and Museum. The house was built in 1859, is an excellent example of Carpenter Gothic style architecture. It was built by Dr. Hewitt B. Klingon. The house is of brick believed to be the local brickyards of the era. As you stand on the brick paved front porch, be sure to notice the original brass lion head door knocker. There's also a Romanesque sculptural relief which was brought back from Italy by the second Mrs. Horage. By the second Mrs. Horage? And in, and in the parlor is a beautiful French pure mirror. Visitors will find period furnishing, clothing displays, and many artifacts. The kitchen is especially interesting because it is complete with a tin ceiling and tin walls. The Horage House, which contains the history and genealogy records of the Benton County Historical Society, is open for research on Wednesdays. Those are the hours. But this is what the house looks like. It is beautiful. It still didn't tell me what the haunting of the house was. It is a beautiful house. but it's not showing me. Chris Barber goes, I always thought I'd see stuff at my house because there's a graveyard out back, and I've lived here all my life for most part, and I've never seen anything. That is crazy. Heather whatever goes, green eggs in the ad. Let me see. It didn't say nothing about the hauntings though. Let's see. Just says most haunted. It's not giving me anything. Haunted Horage house located. I just want an article. Hauntings at Horage house. Triarena goes, beautiful home. It is. It's a very beautiful house. Okay, maybe this one will give us some haunting history of that house. Chris Barber goes, maybe the spirits are cool with me and leave me alone. Maybe they don't mind sharing their space with you, Chris. Because now inquiring minds want to know. This is from American Hauntings Ghost Hunts. I guess the tours are $58 per person, which is not bad. It goes, looking for a place that's not only off the beaten path, but hasn't been swamped by ghost hunters yet? Then you need to experience 2 haunted locations for the price of 1 in Vinton, Iowa. The historic Horage house was built in 1859 by Dr. Hewitt B. Klingon, and after living there for less than a decade, he sold the brick home to George and Elizabeth Horage in 1869. George was a wealthy local tinsmith and community leader, and in 1863 served briefly in the Union Army during the Civil War. After his return from service, he married Elizabeth, the widow of his former business partner, Augustus Rock. Elizabeth was 11 years older, and before his military service, George had lived with Elizabeth and Augustus at their home in Vinton. After the wedding, they moved into the Horage house, where they lived together until Elizabeth died in 1900. Her son from her first marriage also lived at Horage house for a time and died here from tuberculosis. 2 years after Elizabeth's death, George married a woman who was 30 years younger than he was, named Carrie Smith. They married in Chicago, and then Carrie and her mother, who was only found years older than George, moved to Vinton to live at Horage House. An upstairs apartment was added on for Carrie's mother, but she was later moved to a place downstairs when she was able to care for herself. She passed away in the house in 1962. 4 years later, George also died in the house. Dun dun dun! Chris Barber goes, some neighbors have said they see stuff, so I don't know. Whoa, that's crazy. In September of 1948, Carrie broke her hip after falling down the stairs and was admitted to the hospital, where she remained until her death from inflammation of the kidneys 4 months later. In 1970, the Benton County Historical Society took over operations of the building so that it could be preserved. As work was going started, staff members and volunteers noticed strange activity, moving items, lights turning on and off, doors opening and closing, and even apparitions of figures that are too hazy to be recognized. But with the number of deaths that have occurred in the house, there are several likely candidates to the resident ghosts. Also nearby is another haunted location, the Benton Rock Island Railroad Depot. Although long abandoned by the railroads and travelers, there is still activity that occurs within its walls. The depot opened for business in 1900 and played host to thousands of travelers over the decades. Visitors not only discovered one of the best preserved passenger stations in the Midwest, but can see an old Rock Island caboose, hobo writings in the restored motor shed, and maybe even some ghosts too. The depot may no longer see the bustle of passengers, the mail being picked up or cargo being loaded and unloaded, but it has been known to offer disembodied voices, phantom footsteps, eerie figures, and more. Don't miss out on your chance to experience these two spooky locations and find out for yourself. Well, wait, for only $19.95. Sorry, I had to add that in. If they are as haunted as so many people claim. Guys, what do you think of the Horage house? So now that we have a history that the original article left out, Melissa Smith goes, wouldn't it be weird to live in a time when people died of such mundane things? No wonder most ghosts were so pissed off. Heather, whatever goes, it's a brick house? Mighty. Leonore goes, burn the sage. Chris Barber goes, honestly, I just asked them to stay on their side of the fence. Well, it must be working because you haven't seen anything, Chris. Yeah, because what was the one she broke her hip and then passed away from inflammation or something like that? So yeah, I see what you're saying, Melissa. Heather, whatever, go see the second Mrs. Forge was hot. I can't believe it said the second Mrs. Forage. That was the best line in that article. The second Mrs. Forage. They went straight to it with that one. They didn't even bother saying, Heather, whatever goes, don't go upstairs. Well, the second Mrs. Horage didn't die in the house. Or did she die in the house? No, it was the younger girl that he had married. So no, she didn't die in the house. Just imagine if they said that in an article today. The second Mrs. Julissa goes, we will never know. True. We will not. But that house sounds interesting. I've never heard of that house, so I thought that was kind of cool. And nothing sinister happened in the house, just people had passed away at their home. It's just a simple it's just a simple story, really. Nothing sinister happened at that house. Hold on, guys. Let me look up something. Either whatever goes, if you get pushed down the stairs, will they pay for it? I don't know. That's a good question. Melissa Smith goes, sounds like the three bears. The first Mrs. Horage was too cold, the second Mrs. Horage was too hot, and the third Mrs. Horage was just right. So since I've got some time, I'm gonna go through I found another article to share from Bloody Disgusting, Ms. Horrible. This one's from Bloody Disgusting, and this is 5 new horror movies releasing this week, including Slasher Founders Day in theaters. This year's brand new horror releases roll on the third full week of 2024, and we've got 5 new ones headed our way this week, some only in theaters, others now available at home. Here's all the new horror released from January 15th to January 21st, 2024. The latest original horror movie from Dread is Last Night at Terrace Lanes, a bowling themed horror movie that was just released onto VOD outlets this past Tuesday. Last Night at Terrace Lanes, filmed at an abandoned bowling alley, was written by Adam Cesare, Clown in a Cornfield, and directed by Jamie Nash, Two Front Teeth, VHS2. In the new indie horror movie, when a bloodthirsty cult invades a bowling alley on its final night of operation, a high schooler on a date from hell must join forces with her survivalist dad to fend off the crazed murderers. I don't know about that one. I'd play the trailer, but YouTube likes to be pesky. Melissa Smith Goes Bowling is a nightmare. Chris Barber new movies, yay! Dinner Girl thinks she has found the duck. Heather Whatever likes Lizzie Borden. So the next one is Gravitas Ventures released their own indie horror movie on Tuesday, a new sci-fi thriller from director George Henry Horton, starring Danielle Harris, that's titled Project Dorothy. James and Blake, oh my god, small-time criminals flee the police and take refuge in an abandoned scientific facility. Their attempts to restore power activates an AI, Dorothy, responsible for the former occupants' demise. They realize their predicament is worse than evading the law. They must use their streetwise instinct to thwart Dorothy's escape into the world. Project Dorothy was directed by George Henry Horton, Dead Space Dark Obsession, from a script by Ryan Scaringe, Useless Humans, Eradication, and Horton. Project Dorothy stars genre icon Danielle Harris, the Halloween franchise, the Hatchet franchise, The Corners, as the titular AI, alongside Tim Desarn, The Cabin in the Woods, Adam Budrun, Emily Raffla, and Olivia Scott. Matthew Goes Horton has a Who and directs a horror movie. Heather Whatever Goes Freaky Picture. Melissa Smith Goes Bowling Alleys. Hold on, let me put it over here because sometimes my tablet gets small. Bowling alleys are a great place to hide a body when your ball doesn't come back to you. No one ever cares what is blocking the return. You just throw another ball to move body parts away. Melissa! So the next one is the slasher movie Founders Day is headed exclusively to movie theaters on Friday, January 19th. Directed by Eric Bloomquist and written by Eric and Carson Bloomquist. In the bold political slasher from the Bloomquist brothers, She Came from the Woods, a small town is shaken by a series of killings in the days leading up to a mayoral election. As accusations fly and the threat of clicked on something. As accusation flies and the threat of a mass killer darkens every street corner, the residents must race to uncover the truth before fear consumes the town. We're very happy to be partnering with the team at Dark Sky who know and love the power of genre cinema like we do, said the Bloomquist brothers. As the chaos of modern politics rages, the Founders is primed and ready to be unreleased on America's audiences. And these are the people in it. That one actually sounds interesting. Leonardo goes, watch. I still have yet to see Thanksgiving. I've been dying to see Thanksgiving. I have not seen it yet. I think I'm waiting for it to come on hard copy, which I believe it comes out at the end of this month. Because I love Eli Roth. I'm a huge fan. Director Andrew Bard One Way is back with Sunrise, a vampire horror movie that's also coming to theaters as well as digital on-demand outlets on Friday, January 19th. Acclaimed actor Guy Pearce and Alex Pettyfer star in a spine-tingling thriller about an ex-cop turned vampire who is forced to choose between vengeance and redemption. And the rated-R thriller from Lionsgate, when an ex-cop named Fallon returns to the scene of a horrific crime, the residents of a rural town soon discover that this dark visitor is really a vampire who feeds on blood and fear. After he's befriended by a kind immigrant family, the instinctive killer is faced with the choice between revenge and redemption. Ronan Blaney wrote the screenplay. That one actually sounds interesting. No, Melissa Smith, I was talking about when it comes on like Blu-ray. Because they're saying now, like, be careful with digital because some of the companies have lost rights to stream some of the movies. So if you bought that movie, you don't get it back. So I'm kind of like iffy now with digital movies. So I'm kind of ever since then I'm kind of iffy with buying movies on demand. Because if you can lose it, then why are you going to spend the $20 or how or 25? I know some of them are 25. Daniel Miles with the Napster. I used to use it. Actually, no, I used to use FrostWire. The next one is The War on Earth Will Be Decided in Space and Bleecker Street sci-fi thriller ISS from director Gabriella Cowperth. What? Cowperth. What? Oh my god, her last name is yes. Cowperth Wate? I know I'm butchering it, which releases exclusively in movie theaters on Friday. The ISS tensions flare in the near future brought the International Space Station as a worldwide conflict breaks out on Earth. Reeling from this, the astronauts receive orders from the ground to take control of the station by any means necessary. The cast includes Academy Award winner Ariana DeBose, Chris Messina, the Boogeyman, Palu Asbeck, Run, Sweetheart Run, Game of Thrones, John Gallagher Jr., 10 Cloverfield Lane, Hush, Costa Ronan, and Masha Mashkova. The film was written by Nick Schiffer, whose script made its way onto the blacklist. Ooh, these all, you know what? They all sound interesting, but I'm kind of interested in the Founders Day movie. And because I'm a I have a soft spot for slashers, and that vampire movie sounded interesting. Sunrise. Which movie off of that list sounded interesting for you guys? Heather, whatever goes, is the vampire handsome? I don't know who plays the vampire. Oh, I know, Daniel, but that was years ago. I don't use it anymore. So, yeah, you guys didn't hear that. There was a 20-minute delay, but you guys didn't hear that. That was years ago. Now I just kind of stream off of Spotify. They'll be like, you. Chris, I haven't had cable in years because like you don't really nowadays you don't really need it like you used to. Sergio goes, I remember Scarecrow. Melissa goes, I only like sparkly vampires, Tom Cruise vampires, and Brad Pitt vampires. I like vampires and werewolves. And then I used to collect a ton of CDs. I used to buy CDs all the time. My favorite vampire is Blade. Not because he's hot, because he's badass. He's a badass vampire. I'm sorry. I did not say Nick Cage. He's my birthday twin, so I kind of don't not. Yeah, that's a little too weird for me. A little too weird. I like Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds and Con Air. Oh my god, I loved Con Air. I would watch Con Air over and over again. Mia Stone asked, did I watch True Blood? I did not watch True Blood. Brandon goes, I never had a favorite vampire. Julissa goes, Wesley Snipes. Yes! I just like Blade because he's badass. I could watch that movie over and over again and never get I love that movie. And Con Air, oh my gosh. Face Off was good too as well. Gunner Girl. Leonard goes hot vampire, possibly Brad Pitt. I don't know. And then Daniel Miles goes Queen of the Dam was cool. It was like that gothic vampire. My two favorite Nicolas Cage movies were Gone in 60 Seconds and Con Air. I liked Face Off too, but I just loved Con Air. I'd watch it over and over again. With the the soundtrack, it had a great track in it. Brandon goes, I like his famous quote, some mofo's always trying to lice skate uphill. Oh my god, Gone in 60 Seconds. I love that car. I fell in love with the car, Eleanor. The 1967 Shelby Mustang. Oh, was it 67 or six? No, it was the 67. Melissa, I believe, wasn't he a vampire? Julissa goes, Underworld has a good vampire for the men Kate Beckinsale. Mine, when I saw Underworld, I was like, vampires and lichens? What? I'm gonna like this movie. And I instantly liked the movie. I loved Underworld. Melissa goes, okay, I'll add JD to my hot vampire list. Trying to think, what other. And then, of course, there's Silver Bullet, The Howling. Not that there's not that many werewolf movies. Well, I mean, there are, but not compared to other things. All right, guys, I'm gonna open it up for questions. If you guys have any questions, criticisms, complaints. Sergio goes, I drove a Corvette Stingray back in the 60s. I didn't like it back too late. Oh, dang, that's cool. Elaine goes, American Werewolf in London. Gutter Girl goes, where's the ducky? The ducky, I actually put it in a super hard spot. And I did it on purpose. You can kind of make it out. I kind of had the camera kind of low, but you could kind of make it out. And it's, if you see the, wait a minute, hold on, let me see, right? Hold on. It is right there. The butt is showing. I put it right behind my Campo G thing. And it kind of blend. I was gonna move it to where the beak was pointed, but then I said that's too easy. So skele-duck is right where my finger is pointing. It's blended in the background. Oh, Heather Wetter, the music in Con Air was amazing. Daniel goes, I missed it. Elaine goes, I was way off. Leonora goes, good job, Lisa. Bernadette goes, I'm colorblind. There's no way I would have spotted that. I can barely see it. Matthew goes, nice spot. Even on my 55-inch TV, I didn't notice. Chris goes, on my screen, the duck can't be seen. Melissa goes, once a month we need to find the skele-duck for duck. Bea Stone goes, good spot. I didn't find him. Julissa goes, wow, you're sneaky. I saw something else. Gunner Girl goes, great hiding spot, Lisa. Daniel goes, I'm not going to use the excuse that I'm getting old. Dusty goes, I got me with the duck. Cheryl goes, I had to look very hard to find the ducky. It blends up there, like big time. Like sometimes I was like, can I see it? And I go, yeah, I kind of can see it. So, hey, it's fair game. Chrissy, I have not. I have the note on my phone, but I haven't checked it out. So I need to. Melissa goes, can we see skele-ducky up close? I guess if you want to see me in my sweats. Heather, whatever. It's right there. So let me go grab. You guys are going to see me in my sweats. So give me 1 second. And then I look like I have a cone head. Like, what is up with that? All right. Hold on. Give me a second. You're see me in my sweats because I'm nice and comfy. So don't mind me as I. Give me a second. Push this back up. All right. Bernadette's like, woohoo, sexy Lisa. This is what skele-duck looks like, guys. Up close and personal 2.0. Gunner girl goes, sweats are cool. I go, hey, I'm comfortable. That's all that matters. Chris goes, I see the duck. So that's what skele-duck looks like, guys, for the next time. Different directions here. But that's what he looks like. It's a skele-duck in the shape of a rubber ducky, which I thought was cool. Bia Stone goes, he's cute. Bernadette goes, that pinche duck. Melissa goes, Lisa is the best. Daniel goes, can you paint him pink or maybe fluorescent green? Daniel goes, he's a little pale, needs some color. Sergio goes, the black GTO with white leather seats, 4-speed standard shifter was a good ride. Elaine goes, yes, Lisa. Melissa goes, your room must be deeper than it looks. Ducky was so little back there. It's like Lisa's own TARDIS. Dusty goes, love this one. Thank you. Leonard goes, it was a killer to hide. I was literally going to do it this way, but then I figured like have like the, you know, the eyeball kind of showing, but I figured that would give it away. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. But this is what he looks like for next time, guys. I was trying to find another one that looks like this, but I can't. I guess they only sell them during Halloween. Well, I want to be comfortable. That's why I'm in my sweats. And my hoodie. D-nice! Heather, whatever goes, me too. It's getting colder, not back east cold, though. Thank you, Tyrana. Chris Barber goes, I need new glasses. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Daniel goes, rain, rain here, damp and cold. Same here, Daniel. We have rain. It was raining earlier. I don't know if it's raining now. We're supposed to get some more rain on the way. Melissa goes, when I was young and cute, I would wear my boyfriend's boxer shorts as shorts. I have some of those. Mine have Pac-Man on them. But it's been cold, so I've gone with my sweats. And a hoodie. I always have a hoodie. Chris goes 2 degrees here. Oh my gosh. Zero goes, I want one. Heather Whatever goes, hoodies are a great invention. They are. Especially, it's funny. I don't wear hoodies. I mean, I wear the zip hoodies when I go out, but I wear these type of hoodies when I'm lounging at the house. I don't know. They just make everything better. Gunner Girl goes, you're sending us rain tonight. Thank you. Rain is always good. I know some people don't like rain, but I like rain. Keep the questions going, guys. Coming, guys. Going. I'm like going. Questions, criticisms. It is Zero T's. It is raining here for 3 days. They said actually it's supposed to start on Friday, but we didn't get any until today. But it's not. It's rainy, but it's not like a cold like it was. I think last week or the week before that. It's not. It's cold, but not cold like it was. Chris goes, I feel sorry for my dog. Why? Gunner Girl goes, have you thought about going with Lewis to Hollywood? If I don't have to work when he goes, I'll go. But because I have to get up early in the morning, it's kind of hard for me to go. Dusty goes, my favorite car was a 72 Mercury Cougar, like the Steve Miller song. Mine is a 1969 Camaro. That is my dream car. A 1969 Camaro. Not a 68, a 69. Because David Koresh, I think, had a 68. Matthew goes, there are a few on eBay. One deck comes with the teddy bear for $16.60 plus $5.60 ship. Maybe I'll have to look. Because I wanted to get another one because I like him so much. Like a different variation. Because I liked him so much. And then I was like, oh, I can't find any. Chris goes, my dog loves the snow but hates the rain. I don't think anybody likes the rain too much. Like being out in it. Daniel goes, the outside cats here, I don't know how they survive the wow. True. Melissa Smith goes, I'm so protective of Lisa. I would hate to have hashtag free Lisa trending on Scientology threads. Leonard goes, nice car. Lisa 69 Mustang GT for me, my unicorn. Cheryl goes, are you doing any investigations? I want to, but because of my 9 to 5, it's kind of hard for me because I work full time. And I have a crazy schedule. Right now, they have me all over the place. It's kind of hard for me to do any, but I would like to go to even if it's like the walkthrough I did at a hotel. Like I want to do stuff like that. And talk about the history of the hotel and stuff like that. But because of my work schedule, it's kind of hard for me right now, at least. I'm hoping in the future, maybe things will change. Melissa Smith goes hashtag free Lisa from her job 2024. Elaine goes, oh my God, Lisa rebuilt a 69 Camaro in high school, that car. Oh my God, Elaine, that's so cool. Sergio goes, I had two Trans Am 78. One was hardtop and the other was a T-top. With Recaro seats, 4-speed standard. I traded it for a Yamaha snowmobile. Chris goes, a 67 Camaro Z28 is my favorite. Matthew has a 1966 Mustang, but it's a project that needs tons of bodywork. Someday I will finally sell it. I have a 56 Volkswagen Bug that I need to work on, among other things. Daniel goes, Chevy Nomad wagon, my favorite hot rod. Those are cool too, Daniel. Super cool. Sergio goes, it was black. Oh, that's cool. Same as the Smokey and the Bandit. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Daniel goes, I had it. Oh, you had an Eleanor? No way. Chris goes, I love old VWs, but they aren't practical for Ohio. True. Melissa goes, more women should be mechanics. My son's shop is all men, but women have a better mind for it in general, seeing all the parts working together. I was a lube tech for 4 years and went to school for it. So I worked on cars for a bit, changing oil. Gunner Girl goes, I was 16 when the 78 Trans Am came out and my dad laughed at me. It was brand new, so... So I know a little bit about cars. And there was one couple that had this, it was a black F-150, because I used to work at a Ford dealership. And they would not let anybody touch it but me. And I felt honored to work on their car. Because they didn't want a guy touching their car. Sergio goes, I had a 78 T-Bird, two-tone beige and brown, 351 Cleveland. Oh, that's cool. Daniel goes, I had a guy at a shop that I was the only one to get into his toolbox. It was a big deal. That's cool. Leodore goes, awesome. Lisa knows her shit. Chris Burr, as long as I don't have to lift anything heavy, I'm pretty self-sufficient in fixing stuff. Same here. Same here. I actually, when I did hurt my back, though, lifting up a tire when I was a lube tech. But I think now, though, looking back, well, now I don't think I'd be able to do it. Because there's some things there's some things I can't do that I used to be able to do. But I was always tinkering with stuff, pulling things apart, and watching my dad pull things apart. So I was always into doing that. I had to replace the the valve that you turn the water off to the toilet. I had to replace that thing. That thing was a pain in the butt. And I bet you it's like a simple thing for a plumber to do because they've done it before, but it took me all day to do, but I got it done and it doesn't leak. But I will never do one of those again. Daniel goes, I destroyed everything when I was a child, even the indestructible toys. Alright, guys! I'm gonna end the stream here. It looks like Nerd Report Daily is just going on. So, guys, once I end the stream, you should be automatically directed to Nerd Report Daily. But just in case you aren't, here is the link. But you should be automatically redirected. But sometimes YouTube likes to be pesky. So if you're not, there's the link. Guys, I thank you for joining me tonight on tonight's stream. Catch me on the next one, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be squared. And stay spooky, guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. See you on Nerd Report Daily. Good night.